Lao Tzu was an ancient Chinese sage and philosopher, probably from the 6th century BCE, whose presence still echoes today. He became famous for the Tao Te Ching, a short, poetic book that crossed centuries, inspiring leaders, artists, and seekers of life's deeper meaning. His is the voice that founded Taoism, a philosophy that teaches us to live in harmony with the natural flow of things. Taoism is not a rigid set of rules, nor an inflexible belief system. It is a lighter way of living. It is learning to flow with life instead of fighting against it. At the heart of this vision is the Tao, the way. The Tao is the essential flow of the universe. It is how rivers move, how seasons change, how everything in nature cooperates without strain and without force. Lao Tzu saw that the more we try to control life, clinging to results, resisting change, chasing what is not for us, the more tension and suffering we create. So he pointed in another direction, letting go, trusting the flow, and acting when the time is right. This is where Wu Wei comes in. Wu Wei means effortless action, not inaction, but action that rises naturally, like water. Water does not fight obstacles, it goes around them. It nourishes everything it touches, and finds the simplest path without pushing or haste. When we stop forcing, we create space for life to unfold naturally. We stop wasting energy on what is not ours. We find peace in the present, and begin to trust life's timing, which is often better than we imagined. This is the timeless wisdom of Lao Tzu, as powerful today as it was more than 500 years ago. In this video, we are going to explore why forcing life never works and what to do instead, through the gentle, wise lens of Taoism. Slow down and watch. Lao Tzu asks, do you have the patience to wait until the mud settles and the water is clear? Can you remain unmoving until the right action arises by itself? He reminds us, before acting we must first learn to see, and to see clearly we need to slow down. Most of the time we are running. One task pulls the next. One conversation hooks into another. We react before we even know what we are reacting to. Someone says something and we snap back. An email arrives and the reply flies out. A sting of irritation, a breath of fear. And we let that command the next step. What if, before anything else, we simply paused? Imagine you are in a meeting. Someone criticizes a project you poured hours and hours into. They say it could have been more efficient, and highlight each small mistake. In that moment, your chest tightens. Thoughts fire. They do not respect my work. They are attacking me. This is unfair. Before you notice, you cut the person off. That is not true. I did my best, and I did not even get clear instructions. Voices rise. The other person defends, you do too. The meeting grows tense. You leave irritated, misunderstood, frustrated. Later you replay it in your head and exhaust yourself even more. The rest of the day feels heavy, and that energy bleeds into everything else. This is what happens when we act on impulse, in the heat of emotion, without seeing the full picture. Now the same moment, with a different stance. The criticism comes. The tight chest appears, the urge to defend as well. But this time, you pause. You feel the tension, listen to the words, breathe. You think, okay, this is their perspective. It may feel personal, but it is not. I am going to listen until the end. You wait a moment. Then you answer calmly, thank you for the feedback. Can you show me what you would do differently? The conversation changes direction. The person explains their points. You stay present without needing to defend every sentence. You leave with understanding, and maybe with real chances to improve. The tension dissolves. The day feels lighter. That small pause, that instant of awareness, creates space. And in space, choice is born. Slowing down is not stopping everything or overthinking. It is stepping back from the urge to react immediately and giving yourself room to respond with clarity. It is a deep breath for your thoughts, letting them settle. When you do not rush to react, you can ask, is this really true? What is actually happening here? What do I see if I do not jump to conclusions? Slowing down is doing less so you can do what matters, and do it well. It is noticing what is happening outside and inside you, the tone of voice, the contact of your feet with the floor, the air going in and out, the flash of emotion that passes through and then fades. This simple act of attention changes everything. When the mind grows quiet, your actions do not grow out of stress or habit, but from a steady presence. As Taoists say, stillness is the root of action. When you see, hear, and feel from silence, you act with more wisdom, speak with more purpose, and respond with kindness. Next time urgency hits, pause. Breathe. Notice the moment, the sounds, the energy, the air around you. Let it settle, and from that steady, quiet place, take your next step. Release control. In the words of Lao Tzu, by letting go, all is done. The world is won by those who let it go. But when you keep trying and trying, the world is beyond your winning. The more you force life to follow your script, the more it slips away. Grip sand too tightly, and it runs through your fingers. It is the same when we try to control every detail. Career, relationships, how others see us. The more we squeeze, the more we lose. We grow up hearing that success is pushing harder, planning more, controlling everything. We believe that if we just try hard enough, life will bend to our will. So we cling, we force relationships, suffer at work, try to manage every millimeter. But the truth is clear. The more you cling, the more life resists. Pressure rises, frustration grows, and what you wanted moves further away. This is the trap of hyper-control, making life harsher than it needs to be. Letting go is not giving up. It is not folding your arms. It is doing your part, acting where you can, and releasing the need to control the rest. What exactly do you stop controlling? First, the result of your efforts. You can give your best. The outcome is not always yours to decide. Then, the feelings and choices of others. No one can be forced to love or act according to our expectations. The timing of things. Life has its own clock, and change itself. Change is constant. Resisting it only hurts. Think about a message exchange with someone you like. They take a long time to reply, and the mind races. Lost interest? Should I send another text? The urge to control appears. What if, instead, you let go? What if you trusted that if it is meant to be, it will unfold? And if it is not, fine. That also opens space. Try a simple exercise. When you notice you are squeezing too hard, a person, a plan, the future, ask yourself, what is the worst that could happen if I release? And what might open if I release? Maybe the answer does not come. Maybe that job does not work out. It hurts a bit, but you remain whole. At the same time, by letting go, you free yourself from anxiety, show respect for yourself, and give space for others to come closer. And if nothing does, space is there for something better. Many times, when you stop forcing, things rearrange in surprising ways. Loosen your grip, trust the process, and let life carry you where you need to be. Act in harmony with the situation. Lao Tzu says, When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. When a problem or something unexpected appears, we usually react at once. We rush to fix, control, and steer things our way. Often, that makes it worse. We force a solution too early or apply the wrong effort, like pushing a door that is meant to be pulled. We work hard in the opposite direction. Taoism offers another way. Instead of forcing, let your actions rise from what the moment is asking. Do not shove. Do not hurry. Do not fight what is. Stop. Observe. Ask, what is the natural next step here? What is simple, essential, organic? Not what my ego wants, not what should be, but what this moment itself is inviting. Picture a leaf floating in a river. It does not try to swim against the current. It does not argue with the water. It follows, sometimes fast, sometimes slow. It responds to the motion of the stream. That is how we can live. Examples make this clear. In a tense conversation, the urge is to defend yourself and prove a point. Maybe the moment is asking for the opposite, to listen, to stay silent for a few seconds, to hold space. In a project that is stuck, the instinct is to push harder. Maybe it is time to step back, breathe, rethink the approach. If someone cancels a meeting, instead of sending 5 messages or ruminating on meanings, it might be best to let go and watch. This is responding instead of reacting. Reacting is jumping without thinking, from fear, anger, or habit. Responding is pausing and asking, what is the natural next step? Then doing just that. When you feel the situation, see it clearly and move in the right rhythm. You discover that sometimes the moment asks for action. Then you act. Sometimes it asks for patience. Then you wait. You do not stop acting. You act at the right time, in the right way. Do not chase. Lao Tzu reminds us, he who hurries ahead does not go far. You want something, a job, a relationship, an opportunity, and you start running after it. You stir yourself up, try too hard, overanalyze. You keep messaging, following up, and without noticing, your energy turns needy and pushes things away. Taoism teaches the opposite. You do not need to chase everything. You do not have to hunt people, chances, or results. You can relax into the river of life and allow the good to find you in its time. A classic example is job hunting. You send resumes and want it so badly that you check your email every 5 minutes. Soon anxiety rises. Did they read it? Should I follow up again? What if I miss this chance? You start chasing any lead, even ones that do not fit who you are. But what if your energy changed? What if you did your part, applied to what truly makes sense, and then let go? What if you trusted the right timing? In love, the same pattern appears. You get interested and want to secure it. You text non-stop, insist on plans, seek constant attention. Sometimes that suffocates. What if you simply relaxed? Showed interest? Yes. And also gave space for the other person to come toward you? If it is meant to happen, it will. If not, you still remain whole. This is the balance. Being available, not desperate. Doing your part, acting when it feels natural, without stretching beyond measure. Do not force life to fit your calendar. Cultivate a grounded, calm, present energy. Not the energy of chasing, but of openness. Next time the urge to chase appears, an opportunity, a person, a result, ask, am I forcing this? What would it feel like to relax and trust? Spring does not rush. Flowers open when it is time. Fruit ripens in its season. You do not pull on an apple to make it grow. You plant, you water, and you wait. This is Wu Wei, letting life come instead of hunting it down. Align desire with reality. Lao Tzu wrote, "He who flows as life flows needs no other force. It is human to desire." We want love, success, joy. We want life to take a certain shape. The problem begins when our wanting collides with what is happening right now. When we cling to how things should be, at the pace we think is ideal, and life does not match, that is when pain grows. It is not life that hurts you. It is the mind fighting with reality. You want the relationship to move faster, but the other person needs time. You want the promotion now, but the moment has not come. You want life to be different, and, for now, it is not. This inner tug-of-war drains your energy, clouds your mind, and leaves you stuck. The wisdom of the Tao is simple and profound. Align your wanting with what is. Desire less what is not happening. Desire more what is right in front of you. You are in a job that is not your dream? Instead of spending all your strength wishing you were somewhere else, look at what is here. What doors are opening right now? Which skills can you refine in this context? Is there room for gratitude even if it is not perfect? This is not abandoning goals. It is fully accepting the present while you walk toward the future. You are single and want a partner? That is natural. But if you believe you can only be happy when you find someone, you create suffering for yourself. Can you desire what is already here? Your freedom, your time, your friends, your personal growth? One key question helps. Am I desiring what is not happening? Or can I shift my desire toward what is unfolding now? When you make this shift, inner struggle softens. You stop rowing against the wave and start surfing it. If you fight the wave, it drags you under. If you ride it, it carries you. Adapt like water. For Lao Tzu, the highest good is like water. Water gives life to all things and does not compete. It flows to places men despise, and so it is like the Tao. Water is an immense force, and yet it forces nothing. It does not shove, it does not fight. It simply flows. When it meets a rock, it does not try to smash through. It goes around, over, under, finding the easiest passage. It nourishes what it touches, moves with softness and constancy, and takes the shape of its container. This is the invitation. Flow like water, faced with obstacles, delays, conflicts, disappointments. What do we usually do? Many of us freeze, resist, or try to break through by sheer force. We think, this should not be happening. The more we resist, the more stuck we feel, like pushing against a wall. Water suggests another path. Instead of attacking the obstacle, look for the opening. Instead of forcing, adapt. When something unexpected appears, ask, where is the gap here? How can I adjust instead of resist? You lost a job opportunity you really wanted? Instead of panicking or shouting, this is not fair, pause and flow. Maybe there is a better chance right next to you, one you had not even considered. Maybe this is a moment to rest, to learn, to pivot. In a relationship where the other person needs space, we tend to cling, demand answers, ask for constant attention. Water does not cling. It gives space, adjusts, lets everything find its rhythm. Can you listen more, welcome what is happening, and let the relationship breathe without forcing? When you flow like water, something in you changes. You become flexible, bending without breaking. You become resilient, returning to form after each fall. And you find peace because you stop fighting life. This is not abandoning care or excellence. It is letting go of control and trusting the natural course. In the next difficulty, ask, What is the easiest path forward? How can I soften, yield, and give? Like water. Flowing is not weakness. Water carves mountains, opens valleys, sustains life. It is strong because it is soft. It endures because it is flexible. Living this way, you move through challenges with more grace, lightness, and calm, and life becomes more beautiful. Practice non-attachment to outcomes. Lao Tzu says, do your work, then step back, the only path to serenity. This is the heart of Wu Wei, acting without clinging, giving your best, and then releasing the result. Almost all of us stumble here. We put pressure on outcomes. You study and must take first place. You apply and have to get the offer. You go on a date and need to be chosen. When attachment grows, the mind races. What if it goes wrong? What if I fail? What if they do not like me? Attachment breeds tension, anxiety, frustration, fear. And ironically, the more you squeeze the result, the more you block your own flow. The Tao offers another practice. Give your best and let go. Plant the seed. Prepare the soil, water it, let the sun in. That is your part. But you do not yank the sprout out of the earth. You do not force the leaf to open. You wait. You let nature work. Life is the same. You prepare, you show up, you give your full presence. After you act, the fruit is no longer in your hands. Imagine a big project at work. You plan carefully, give your all, deliver on time, and still the client changes direction. There is a pinch of disappointment, of course. But what if you chose to say, I did my part. That is enough. Imagine you openly express your feelings to someone with honesty, and they do not feel the same. Can you let go of the need for a particular ending and trust that if it was not here, another path will appear? When you detach from the result, it does not mean you stop caring. You start caring deeply about your actions, about your effort, your presence, and you stop tying your worth to what comes afterward. You remember, the river carries the rest. Try a simple ritual. When you finish a task, say to yourself, I have done my part. Now I release the outcome. Repeat it whenever anxiety returns. You are not your results. Success or failure do not define you. What matters is that you showed up, gave your best, and left space for life to move. This is the essence of Wu Wei. Act with care, without clinging to the fruit. So act with love, let go of control, and trust the process. This is the path of the Tao. If this message touched something in you, breathe with it a little longer and allow it to spread. Like this video now, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Join us on the Top 5 Voices of Wisdom journey and dive into our Philosophy for Life playlist. More practical ideas to find serenity, strength, and meaning. Thank you for being here. Today you planted a seed. Tomorrow, it may bloom in someone else too.